Ask and you shall receive. Today we continue our series on pretentious theater terms that can be useful. This term can sound really gatekeepy. I did happen to use it in a sentence on accident while talking to a friend about theater this weekend, and I realized it does have its place. Catharsis, from the Greek, meaning cleansing. Catharsis shows up in Aristotle's Poetics. If you have to use this word in a paper, it's very confusing because what Aristotle meant originally might not be the way that you commonly hear this word used today. The way that Aristotle used it was, this is the feeling that you get after you watch a tragedy and you identify with the protagonist's struggle and you get a release from the pity that comes from watching the tragedy. When Aristotle is using catharsis, he's talking about plays like Oedipus Rex, where a guy kills his father and has relations with his mother. He's not saying so much, I relate to that, as, oh, that was really bad. I'm glad that wasn't me. That's very different from how people use it today when they say, oh my gosh, that was cathartic. They're generally saying, like, I really related to that, or I saw myself in that and now I feel relief. And yeah, there are ways that your teacher is going to mark off your paper if you define something wrong, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about how you would use it in the real world. I feel seen, or that spoke to me, or that was a good cry. It allowed me to come to terms with something and think about it in a different way. When I used catharsis this weekend, I was talking about one of the works of Hannah Gadsby. When you use catharsis, you may be talking about Taylor Swift's All Too Well, both versions, or Beyonce's If I Were a Boy. And all of those things can be cathartic. Words change and words change their meaning, and words mean different things to different people. So using something like catharsis in a paper is really sticky versus using catharsis out in the wild. Like and subscribe, and I'll keep trying to break down the gatekeeping of the theater world. This isn't academic, this is about how you feel. Hey Dragon, do you have thoughts on catharsis? Yeah, I thought not. Just clean our hands.